Hockey jerseys are often regarded as some of the best-looking jerseys in all of sports. The advantage, compared to some like American football and basketball and baseball, is that for most jerseys, they have their actual team logo on it. And usually this results in the most iconic-looking jerseys in all sports. In my opinion, there is no better-looking jersey in any form of sports than hockey jerseys. Nothing will ever live up to our longevity and iconicness. But some of these have failed in their goal, not being well received by fans back then and still today. So we're going to find out why. Coming up next on Storming Hockey. It's the 2006 Stanley Cup playoffs for the Buffalo Sabres. They're going on a run and have gotten through the Flyers and Senators and are on to the Eastern Conference Final. However, they would be stopped by the eventual Stanley Cup champion Carolina Hurricanes in 7 games, as the Hurricanes would go on to lift their first Stanley Cup championship in that summer of 2006. However, during the offseason, the Sabres are planning something new. They have been in black and red ever since 1996, after 25 years of being in blue and gold. Iconic leaping Buffalo logo. However, Sabres fans were ready for a switch from the black and red goat head jerseys. After employing blue and gold for their first 25 seasons, black and red for the last 10, the Sabres were ready to debut something new. And in turn, they gave us their new navy blue and gold rebrand, dubbed the Buffa Slug, for pretty obvious reasons. As you can probably tell by the tone of my voice, fans hated this. It was so bad to the point that notable protest groups popped up to protest about the logo. And also, it was also documented that the logo took some inspiration from the NFL's San Diego Chargers, which now play in Los Angeles. You can kind of see that in the logo. It's meant to imitate a leaping buffalo head. It has no legs, though. But it's easy to see why people don't like it. However, the Sabres' success from the previous season continued, as the Sabres advanced past the Islanders and Rangers, but lost to the Senators in the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Final. Ottawa would go on to lose to Anaheim in the Stanley Cup Final in 5 games. And a few years later, Buffalo would launch a redesign, promoting their third jersey design to full-time home and road design. It's the 2007 Stanley Cup playoffs for the Dallas Stars. They have just been eliminated in the first round to the Vancouver Canucks in 7 games. However, at the same time, Reebok is preparing to launch their new Reebok Edge uniform system. And unfortunately for the Dallas Stars, their current, at the time, star design was not working for the Reebok Edge template. So a new design would have to be conjured up for the 2007-2008 season. Stars went from looking like this to this. As you can tell, this was not a hit by fans and was very unconventional for the days in hockey jerseys. While the road jersey wasn't that much affected, the home jersey with the arched font and the number made the jersey look like a basketball jersey, and just for what they had before, it was not great. It was also during an era where the Stars faced bankruptcy back in 2011. Thankfully, in 2013, the Stars ditched this stupid design for the Victory Green design, and whilst it's not as better as their original design, it's proved miles better than their previous design before that. And even then, and just last season, the Stars launched a new third jersey, which might be looking at a preview of what the Stars could rebrand to, with the old Star design, but in the Victory Green color scheme. The year is 1995, and for the New York Islanders, they are coming off a missed playoff appearance. The Islanders, well past their time of their 1980s dynasty run where they won 4 Stanley Cups, were looking to launch something new in their branding arsenal, replacing their longtime logo with a new design in jerseys, dubbed the Fisherman. Similar to others, fans hated this. a big problem with the logo is that the Islanders logo rendered kind of a, let's just say, a comparison to the Gorton's Fish Sticks logo. So that's what the logo got a name of. There was some wave striping, which I thought was actually pretty cool. But the logo was gone and replaced with their old mark, albeit in the navy and orange color scheme. And eventually, the old striping came back as well in 1998. Whilst the Fisherman logo was hated at the time, it has since gained a more cult following by fans, including some Islanders fans, as it has been brought back for the Reverse Retro series in 2022, albeit with some alterations to fit the Reverse Retro scheme. And for potentially the new Hometown Remix series, there's already been leaked the Islanders are planning to do a Fisherman design, albeit with some other alterations for that series. It's 1976 for the New York Rangers, and the team is preparing to launch a new rebrand and redesign. Their new uniforms finally put their crest as the primary logo, and added a new shoulder yoke going down from on the sleeves. Whilst it was a very novel design, fans did not prefer it to their more retro and memorable wordmark design, which, to be honest, I don't really see why, to be honest. This jersey was good in the fact it put the primary logo. My least favorite part of this is the numbers, though, and this design was eventually replaced a couple seasons after in favor of their old design. It's 1978 for the Vancouver Canucks, and the team is preparing to launch a new look, introducing a new color scheme. For their first eight years, the Canucks had worn blue and green, with a C being present in their stick and rink logo. However, they were about to switch it up in flavor of black, red, and gold, introducing the Flying V's. Whilst the primary logo you saw previously was on the shoulders, the real ugliness of the design is in the actual jersey, where they used a V for Vancouver, obviously, on the front. Obviously, it was hated by fans because we've not seen a jersey like it before or since. And eventually, that skate primary alternate logo became in the primary logo too in 1985. And it remained until 1997 when the Canucks rebranded to navy and maroon. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.